Hello students, let's start grade 12 English Flamingos first chapter, the last lesson, written by Alphonse Daudet. The author of the lesson is Alphonse Daudet. He was born in 1840 in France. He was a multi-talented man. He was a French novelist. He wrote so many short stories. The chapter, the last lesson, has a historical background. It was held during the Franco-Prussian War. This war held during the 1870 to 1871. At that time, Prussia defeated France, and Prussia was a very mighty country. It was consisting of today's Germany, Poland, and some part of Austria. And Bismarck, a mighty statesman, was ruling Prussia. That's why Prussia defeated France and took two states of France, Alsace and Lorraine, in his hand. And from Berlin, an ordinance and law came. Next day, German language will be taught in Alsace and Lorraine, and that day was the last lesson of French language, and teacher M. Hamel is giving his best in that last lesson. In that last lesson, we will see how the school life is changed and how the culture of Alsace and Lorraine people will be changed. We have already seen Alphonse Daudet. He was a French novelist, short story writer. He was born in 1840 and died in 1897. The last lesson was set during the days of Franco-Prussian War. That war held during 1870 to 1871, and France was defeated by Prussia. Bismarck was leading Prussia. Bismarck was a mighty statesman. He played a very vital role in the unification of Germany. At that time, Prussia was a very big country. It consisted of today's Germany, Poland, and some part of Austria. In the story, French district of Alsace and Lorraine passed in the hands of Prussia, and we will read the story and find out how the school life of Alsace and Lorraine people changed. The narrator of the story, the last lesson, is a school-going boy whose name was Franz. Franz that day was very late for school, and he was in a great dread of scolding. He was having a fear that the teacher might scold him. The teacher name was M. Hamel. Actually, two things were there. He was late for school, and the teacher had given him homework on participles. Participle is nothing but a verb form, and that school boy friends don't know anything about participle. So because of these two reasons, he was afraid to go to school. For a moment he thought he should bunk the class because outside atmosphere was tempting him. It was a bright sunny day. Birds were chirping in the wood. The Prussian soldiers were doing the march past and drill. And he thought that he should spend the day out. He should not go to school because at participle chapter he had not prepared, and he was already late for school. When he was going to school, on the way he saw a town hall, and there was a crowd in front of the bulletin board. A board was there, and since last 2 years, France and French people had been receiving their bad news from this bulletin board. The news may be from the lost battle, from the draft, orders of the commanding officers, and Franz thought that this time what is good in that bulletin board, so he did not stay there for longer time, and he hurried back towards the school. He took a very hurried steps towards the school as fast as he could take. On the way he saw a watcher. Watcher was a blacksmith. He was there in front of the bulletin board with his apprentice, with his assistant, and he was reading the bulletin news, and he commented on the boy, Franz, don't go so fast, Bob. Bob means boy. You will get your school in plenty of time. So that Franz thought that maybe that watcher is commenting on him because he was late for school. That's why he did not heed. He did not pay any attention to that word, and he took a hurried step and reached in the school veranda, the school garden. In normal days, whenever the school work at that time, there was a great hustle and bustle could be heard till the street opening and closing of the desk. Lessons were repeated in a loud voice. The teacher's ruler was tapping or rattling on the table, so lots of commotion was heard, and always he was taking the advantage of noise and skipping very silently into the classroom and occupying his seat. But that day it was as silent as Sunday morning, so he saw through the window. Already his classmates were already settled in the classroom, and M. Hamel was taking lots of steps with his terrible ruler. So he entered into the classroom, and at that time everybody noticed him. Even M. Hamel also saw him, and instead of scolding him, he said that go to your place quickly, little friends. We were starting without you. So that boy jumped in over the bench and then occupied his desk. That small boy noticed one thing. That day, the teacher M. Hamel was in his best attire. This attire generally he wore during the prize distribution day or any function time, but that day in a normal school he wore that day green coat. Not only this, but that teacher wore frilled shirt, black silk cap which was full of embroidery. This dress he used to wear during the inspection day, during the prize distribution day. The boy friends also noticed one more thing. The back benches are occupied by village people. So many village old people were also there. Old Hauser was there with his primary book. Former postman was there, former mayor was there, and other people who were quite old, they were also there. So he was very confused why these people are there. Old Hauser brought his primary book, primer. That book was very old book, and all the pages were turned. The boy was noticing the atmosphere of the class very keenly. At that time, M. Hamel, the teacher, rode on the chair. He mounted on the chair, and with grave, gentle tone, very serious tone, he declared, my children, this is our last lesson. Order came from Berlin. Next day, one German teacher is going to join this school, and from the next day, in Alsace and Lorraine, German language will be taught. And today is my last French lesson. So he requested, please be attentive. As soon as the boy heard the word last lesson, thunderclap, his heart was burst with sorrow, because just now he has started learning the language, and his own mother language is keeping out, discontinuing from his life. The boy was feeling very sorry. Till now he wasted almost his time in fetching the bird's egg. He was, during the school hour, he was going towards the Sar river, on the bank of the Sar river, and he was passing his time. He always think that his heavy bag is a nuisance, and for that moment he was neglecting that book and that syllabus. But that day, as soon as he heard that this is his last French lesson, and that grammar book, that history book of saints, all become his old friends now, and he understood that now it's time to be separated. And he again noticed that why the teacher wore his Sunday best clothing, because the teacher was also prepared to give his last lesson. He also understood why the old man of village occupied the back benches, because these people also came to give respect to the last lesson. M. Hamel had been working in that school for last 40 years, and he rendered his best service in that school, and today is the last French lesson. With very heavy heart he has been attending that school. He called that boy for participle recitation, and as soon as he heard that name was called, he was feeling quite nervous, because already in the first para we have seen that that child know nothing about participle, and that's why he planned to bunk the class. As soon as his name was heard, his hands and legs were shaking. He was feeling excessive nervous, and as soon as he opened his mouth to start, he mixed up everything and he committed lots of mistakes. But M. Hamel told him that not to feel very bad, and he did not scold that boy. Instead, he gave him sympathy, and he gave him a very long lecture. Every day we are neglecting our mother language. We are thinking that we will learn tomorrow, but that tomorrow never comes. Mr. M. Hamel commented very sarcastically, being a Frenchman, we know nothing about our language. We neither speak nor write our own language. And little Franks was listening very patiently. Actually, whenever any child know nothing and do not do or does not do in his study well, so because of that teacher's negligence or because of the parents' negligence, it may happen. So whenever any child fails in any area, so he is not only responsible, but also his parents and his teachers are also responsible. So here the teacher M. Hamel is taking responsibilities of all that, everybody whosoever is there with the child. He is saying that your parents were also not serious about your study. They were sending you to the farm area for work. They were sending you to the mills to work and to earn money. Even he himself was blaming, because he was a great lover of fishing, and whenever he want to go out of fishing, he used to declare holiday. He generally used to tell his students to water his garden. So many times he was not attending the class. So behind that child's failure, so many people are responsible. Then Mr. M. Hamel take the languages of French lessons, but before taking the main lesson, he started praising his language. He said that French is the most beautiful, most clearest language. French is the most logical language too, and he requested all the students we should guard our language and we should not forget. Whenever any country is enslaving us, only our language and our culture is the key to that prison. From that key only we can come out of prison. He praised the language and then he took the lessons of grammar. That day, the teacher M. Hamel explained so nicely that the child understood very easily. Till now, he was not taking interest in lesson, but that day he took very keen interest, and teacher was also explaining so well with patience, and he understood everything very nicely and easily. That day, the teacher was in full-fledged mood. He wanted to give as much knowledge he has in one stroke to all the students, but it is not possible. But he tried his level best. After grammar, he has given the lessons of writing. He given so many small books to all the students. That book was beautifully decorated, and France Alsace was written at the top of that book. And he was taking a continuous round in the class and given task to young ones also, old ones also, and whosoever were occupied in the back benches, they were also working. So M. Hamel was taking a continuous round and observing whether the students, whether the elders are doing properly or not. Small kids were doing the tracing of the fish hook. So many students were reading, writing. Not a single sound was heard at that time. In a very disciplined atmosphere, they all were attending their last lesson of French language. Franz noticed that so many pigeons were cooing at the roof, and he thought that will the Germans next day they will compel this bird to coo in the German language. Birds are free from this boundary. No invaders can compel the bird to coo in their language. So that is a sarcastic issue, we can say. That Franz was thinking that they will not able to coo the birds in German language. At that time, M. Hamel was sitting motionless in his chair and gazing out of the window. Since 40 years he had been working in that school. It was a long period. He planted so many trees, so many grapevines which now fully grown. He planted walnut tree which grew very tall. He also planted hoop vine which from window turned towards the roof and grew overgrown. So he was observing the class and the garden and everything. Meanwhile, his sister was taking so many rounds and packing, because next they are leaving that country and shifting somewhere else. So with a heavy heart, he was observing everything. After grammar, after writing lessons, he took the chapter in history, and from the small kids he took the recitations of France or French alphabet, ba, bi, bi, bo, bu. So with small children he was taking lots of recitation. Then he took the spelling test. While taking the test and conducting the class, so many times so many tears were appearing on his cheek and rolling over his face, and he was crying. And friends was feeling very awkward whether he has to cry or whether he has to laugh. And during that time the church clock struck 12, and Angelus, the prayer were heard, and Prussian soldiers were doing the march past. They were turning back towards their the drill area, or we can say that practice area. And M. Hammer stood in the class. He was looking very pale, very nervous, and he was not able to speak properly, because when he started speaking at that time his voice choked. And he turned towards the blackboard, took a piece of chalk, and with a very big handwriting he wrote on the board, Vive la France, which means long live France. And then he leaned towards the wall, and he was not able to speak. That's why with a hand gesture he declared that the school is dismissed and everybody can go home. So the chapter was very emotional chapter. We all are very much connected with our culture and with our language. If anybody is coming from outside and snatching our language and killing our culture, so we have to raise our voice. This is all about this chapter, the last lesson. I hope you understood the lesson. Along with the lesson I am sending the notes. You must write down in your CW and keep reading the lesson, and have a happy learning.